Solve and graph this terrible looking compound inequality. Now, the word and lives in between each of these inequalities. We'll deal with that when we have to. What I need to do is solve each inequality completely on its own. So, inequality number 1 is -1 plus 5n is greater than -26. Solve that inequality like you would solve any inequality. Take that -1, add 1 to both sides, cross you out. Let me change my pen so that it's not so thick. 5n is greater than -25. N is not alone because 5 is being multiplied to it, so we divide both sides by 5, divide both sides by 5, and I'll write it down here underneath the squiggly, n is greater than -5. So this equation is taken care of. Equation number 2, 7n minus 2 is less than or equal to 12. Solve this one like you would solve any normal inequality. Add 2, cross you out, drop down the 7n is less than or equal to 14. N is not by itself because it's being multiplied to 7, so let's divide both sides by 7, divide both sides by 7, cross you out, and let me drop down here. N is less than or equal to 2. Now, the key phrase in this is that word and. When you have an and statement in math, whatever number or numbers you choose have to fit both of these qualities. The number that I choose has to be greater than -5 and also less than or equal to 2. So with and statements like this, I like to make a rough draft. Okay, nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. I just like to make a rough draft. So we'll do the one in green. N is greater than -5. So we'll just put that and say that you're -5. Again, nothing fancy. N is less than or equal to 2 is going to have a filled in circle at 2 and go to the left like so. Now, with an and statement, your final answer is where both of these lines completely overlap. Okay, now, do they overlap at -5? No, because -5 counts for green but not for red. However, it starts to overlap over here all the way up until 2. So my final answer is going to be where these two guys overlap, don't include 5, but do include 2. So let me go down here. Let me put 2 here. 3, 4. I think I made this work. 1, 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Nailed it. I'm going to draw a line starting from -5 and not including it all the way to 2, and it's going to be everything in between. And what this means is any number that I choose that's represented in purple here, like 0, like -3, like regular 2, I can plug into this original equation inequality and that original inequality, and it'll work for both. And that's what I need. I need inequalities to work for both. And that's how you solve and graph an and compound inequality. Fun.